As most of you have been following my St. Pauli career mode in FIFA22 over on my Twitter and Instagram pages, and many noticed I was quite far into the save, some of you asked me how I can keep the save enjoyable for many seasons. I'm currently in the 6th season with St. Pauli and I'm yet to win any trophies. In this video I will give you some tips on how I can keep a career mode going for multiple seasons and how to keep it enjoyable, of course. If you have watched some of my previous tips videos, then you might notice some of the tips are quite similar. That's because I want to put emphasis on these tips because they are so important to keep yourself interested in the save. Now let's get into the video. The first tip is to play most of your games. Some people might find it a bit difficult to find fun in the gameplay, but I would recommend to keep changing the difficulty to pick the one that's challenging for you. It shouldn't be easy and you shouldn't win every game. That's what makes it fun for me. I want to face a challenge and have a good feeling when I do win a game. I don't want to win every game 5-0. That's not fun and certainly doesn't make me proud if I do achieve anything afterwards. If you have chosen a suitable difficulty, make sure to enable or disable both the competitor mode and player-based difficulty options and see what settings you prefer. You should also change around with the sliders, both the ones for yourself and for the CPU. There are plenty of videos and websites where you can see some highly recommendable sliders. I've also posted about some good sliders over on my website. Check the link in the description underneath this video. It might take a while before you find the right settings and the right difficulty, but make sure not to lower the difficulty too quickly, as sometimes you just have to play 5 to 10 games to get used to it, and you'll slowly find a good balance between how many games you win and how many games you lose. I assure you that the gameplay will be a lot more fun when you figure this out, and it's a real challenge when you do win games. Now, other than finding the right gameplay difficulty and settings, it's probably quite obvious that some of the random bugs that happen in matches won't disappear, unfortunately. You will still see a goalkeeper making some big mistakes and there will probably still be a ball that goes through the player's body. And these can be annoying, especially if the AI score against you from one of these actions and especially when it's in the last minutes of a game. But the tip I want to give you is to think, what can you do about these issues? Exactly, nothing. That's why I stopped getting angry at these things. I can't do anything about these bugs, so why get so annoyed about them? Of course, if you lose the match in the last minute because of these, then that's even more annoying. But what I think then is that matches in real life also sometimes get decided by a goalkeeper's mistake or by a very unlucky miss. Yes, it's annoying, but it happens in real life as well. And going slightly back to the first tip, you shouldn't win every game in career mode. Even if you were 3-0 up till the 80th minute, but the AI managed to still equalize, then just accept it and definitely do not restart the match, as you will not feel accomplished if you win that restarted match. These things also happen in real life. Yes, rarely, but they still happen. Another thing I don't do, or very rarely do, is to sign high potential Wonderkids. I usually don't pick a big team to start a career mode with anyway, and I use the global transfer network to scout new players to buy. I don't use FIFA or any other websites to search up the highest potential Wonderkids, as honestly, it just makes a career mode way too easy. These Wonderkids grow to a very high rating in like 3 seasons, which would make it very easy to win games or to sell them and get other high rated players anyway. When I start a career mode with a lower rated team and check the global transfer network, I don't see many of these high potential Wonderkids anyway. And even if I do see any, then I just remove them from the list. For me, it's way more fun to use players I've never heard of before and turn them into beasts, instead of buying the biggest talents that everyone else buys anyway. For anyone that has gone a few seasons into a career mode in FIFA22, you might have noticed some high rated players in the free agents section. You might have seen a 94 rated French centre forward who is the region of Benzema, or other similar players. Now, while it's very tempting to sign these players as they are free and certainly don't hurt your squad, it would get very easy quickly if you sign all of them. In my St. Pauli career mode, there was an 89 rated striker who is Lewandowski's regen and an 83 rated left back who is Daley Blind's regen, both as free agents. I have to say that I've been very close to signing both of these, but I've decided not to do it, at least not yet. If I would sign them, then it would immediately improve my squad's ratings by quite a difference, which would both be quite unrealistic and make it too easy. So try to not sign these amazing free agents immediately. If your squad does improve in 1 or 2 seasons and these players won't straight away become the best players at the club, then sure, sign 1 or maybe 2 of them. But if you sign many more of these players, then you are basically replacing the players you have used from the start and wanted to turn into world-class players yourself by going the easy route and signing players for free who are way better than your players. And to note, you should definitely buy some younger free agents who are like around the 70 rating. I do it as well if I'm low on budget and need a new right back or a backup striker. But just don't sign too many of them, as once again you will just replace the original players from the club or the hidden gems you signed earlier in the save. Another tip is to actually play the games. I see a lot of YouTubers do simulation type videos where they sign some players at a club and same every season till the club reaches the Champions League final. Now to be fair, they are mostly good videos and I do enjoy watching them, and it might be fun to try one of these type of saves yourself. But to really get engaged in a career mode is to play the actual matches. I enjoy playing all the games in the first few seasons of a new save. I build up certain relationships with players when playing so many matches. I keep in mind when lower rated players outperform the higher rated players and start them in the starting 11 as they do deserve it. Playing the matches gets you more engaged in the save, which is quite important for me. If I don't play the games, I lose interest in the career mode quite easily. Now of course, if you just genuinely don't want to play that many games or maybe don't have that much time, then I would recommend to maybe pick one game for every in-game month and play that match. This will keep you somewhat engaged with the players and won't take as long, and you can simulate the rest of the matches. Now on to the last tip, and that is about picking the right team. I didn't pick St. Pauli for a reason. I watched a random YouTube video about them and did a bit more research because I was interested in the club's philosophies. This led on to me starting a career mode with them. If you aren't sure which team to pick, then write down a few teams you think you would enjoy to manage in career mode. Then do some more research into these teams, search some background information about each club on YouTube, or you can check the Wikipedia page for example. Eventually one team will stick out the most to you, and that's the team you should pick. You could do even more background research to really get some good knowledge about the club's philosophies after you have made your choice. So these were all the tips I have for you to enjoy your career mode save a bit longer. Hopefully you found these helpful. And if you did, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, as it would massively help me out. I'm also trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as well. So that was all for today, and I'll see you at the next video.